Welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is now episode 4, and we are starting this episode off by putting in some offers. Now we have so much money, so we start off by putting in an offer for Lee Hudson, the MK Dons right back, and we also put in an offer for Aiden Flint, the Bristol City centre back, who is an absolute monster in real life, and he's basically 6'6", and I think that he would be a perfect replacement for Paul Huntington, basically, and so I thought that we definitely did need a big, tall, physical centre-back, as we have Bailey Wright and Tom Clark, who are both, quite small ball-playing centre-backs, so I thought we needed a big player as well. And I also decided to put in a 600k bid for Paddy Madden, who is another player that I'm definitely interested in. I'm probably not going to be able to bring all of them in, but they do look like realistic and good targets for us. I also decided to put in a bid for Pogba, the striker from Crawley, as he is a big physical player that we don't really have much of going forward. We have like Beckford, sort of a fast one, Garner, sort of a finisher, poacher sort of player, so I thought we needed a physical player, and I thought that Pogba would be a perfect player for that, if we do decide to switch up our game plan and perhaps play more of a long ball sort of system. If that sort of works, I may be looking to play sort of more like that, more Route 1 style in the cup games and stuff like that. So as you can see, we are going back and forth here with some of the offers. Bristol City come back and they say that they want 900k for Aiden Flint, which is just ridiculous. I put in another bid for 600k, but we are going into the first game of today's episode. It is in the league and it is against Leeds United, so this is the team I decided to go for. I thought that the 5 at the back formation didn't really work for me last time, so I decided to switch it up and go for 4 at the back, and honestly we got off to an absolutely horrific start. Billy Sharp putting it into the back of the net after some more sloppy defending from us really. I don't know what's wrong with us. We just poor defending, and that is why we do need Aiden Flint to come back in and sign for us. So basically what this match really did remind me of a match that happened in, I believe it was 2011-2010, when Preston actually beat Leeds 6-4 after we were 3-0 down away at Leeds. It was an absolutely insane match, and we were actually wearing yellow for that match as well. So there's a lot of goals in this match. I'm just going to say that now, and we managed to make an instant reply here. Daniel Johnson does well on the ball, and he's a goal scoring player, and he tucks it away fantastically into the bottom corner there. And in League One last season, I think he scored 11 goals in real life, and so he is a goal scoring centre mid, and I think that Johnson and Welsh in centre mid together work well together, because Welsh is more of a defensive ball winning player, whereas Daniel Johnson is more of an attacking player. So if he can be contributing to the goals this season, that would be absolutely fantastic, as we really do have goal-scoring centre mids now. Players like Chris Humphrey, Daniel Johnson, and Paul Gallagher, Ben Pringle. They're all goal-scoring centre mids. As you can see, they just missed there. And it was a back-and-forth sort of game. It really was a fantastic game. And their player there just skies it over the bar, only just, So we did need to watch them going forward. But then a fantastic ball played forward by Tom Clark over to Joe Garner, who then puts it into the back of the net. A fantastic finish from Joe Garner, and he gets up the Birdman celebration. He just took a little shuffle to the side and then slotted it past the keeper, but what a ball it was from Tom Clark over to Joe Garner, and it was a fantastic finish in the end from Garner, who is, he is clinical in this league. That's just what we need Joe Garner to be. We need him to be a clinical player, and as you can see by that there, he is just that. I believe that's his second of the season already, and so he is doing very well. But unfortunately, Leeds then make their instant reply. They equalise just 3 minutes after we'd scored, and it was a fantastic finish once again. And we were back to square one with 2-2. So back to this. Back to 2-2, back level. It was just absolutely insane. And, with these matches, they can end up going either way. It was a fantastic ball played through and a fantastic finish in the end, Sam Johnson yet again being beaten at his near post. I don't know what's going on with him and why he's had, such a dip in form since the championship season started. He was fantastic for us in League One last season, and he's just not replicated that form in the championship. But then we come back with this, an absolutely fantastic finish, some nice build-up play. Daniel Johnson does well, feeds in Chris Humphrey, who I brought off the bench, and he manages to find the back of the net and give Preston the 3-2 lead in the 78th minute. It was an absolutely fantastic finish from Chris Humphrey, who, yet again, he's another goal-scoring centre mid, and Chris Humphrey, I think that he will be important to this series, as he's our only midfielder with, real pace, The other wingers we have are Ben Pringle and Gallagher, who are our first team players. I suppose Carl Reid has pace as well, but Humphrey is crucial to unlocking their back four when they get tired, and then Humphrey comes forward again, causing more troubles for them. Manages to get a ball in, wasn't the best ball in the end, but Pringle has the shot, goes nowhere, and then Garner has it, and he just goes over the bar and wide. Unlucky not to score that, really, and unlucky not to make it 4-2 in the 90th minute, and that is how that match would end. And it was an absolutely fantastic match in the end. 3-2 to Preston. We managed to get the win, which was absolutely fantastic after we played so well, and we have bounced back from losing the first game of the season. So, as you can see, Aidan Flint and Bristol City accepted the offer I put in for him, and I then decided to offer him the contract. So, Aidan Flint will be an absolutely fantastic player, and MK Dons still wanting their 450 grand or however much it was for Hodgson, so I just decided to give him that. And then, as you can see here, Aidan Flint accepts his contract, and he is now a Preston player. An absolutely fantastic signing, and also MK Dons accepted my bid for Lee Hodgson, so it looks like Lee Hodgson will also be brought into the squad as well, which is just another fantastic signing. So here are Aidan Flint's stats. As you can see, he's a 67 rated centre-back who is 6'6", so he will be a big player in the back four this season. And Lee Hodgson also decides to put pen to paper and sign for Preston North End. So that's 2 signings already that we have done. And we also decided we are very interested in this player as well, Oscar Goburn. He's a big, tall centre mid. I believe he's about 6'3" or something like that, and he is pretty pacey as well. So he could come in for Welsh when perhaps Welsh is injured or not fit or something like that. I believe that would be a good thing to happen. And as you can see, Huddersfield were being quite awkward about it. They really did want all the money they could get for him. So, we do still have quite a bit of funds, as you can see there. So we really do want to be wrapping up these deals, as the transfer window, it closes pretty soon. I believe we've only got a week or so left. And I also decided to put in another bid for Pogba, as I am interested in getting him, as he is the big physical player that I am looking to get. And as you can see, finally Huddersfield accept Oscar Goburn, and we put in the contract offer for him. And he'd be a fantastic player. He'd be a big, tall centre mid, and he'd sort of be a replacement for Jack King, I guess. Sort of a versatile player, can perhaps play at centre back, but is best in midfield, and is a tall physical presence there, as we've not really replaced that, or I've not replaced that, since we have brought in Jack King. And as you can see there, he does finally accept, and we have managed to sign him. So I think that's a fantastic signing for the series, and he's still young. And we also decided to sign Pogba as well. He decides to accept his contract, so he's still young, so he's still got time to grow. But going into the Bristol City match, this is the team I decided to go for. It's a 4-1-2-1-2 formation, and Aidan Flint is making his debut against his former club. What are the chances? But we get to a fantastic start here, or at least I thought I did, with Garner heading it into the back of the net. He goes to celebrate, but it turns out he's offside. I didn't realise I was offside. Normally I do notice when the flag goes up and the goal's not given, but this time I didn't. Garner finished it well, but he was offside and rightly ruled out. And then Beckford's coming forward here. He is tripped inside the box, and Bristol City give away a clumsy penalty. Their defence obviously falling apart since they don't have Aidan Flint anymore, and it was a cheap penalty to give away. And Joe Garner stepped up and put it into the top corner. Fantastic finish from Joe Garner, and he gets the Birdman celebration out once again. I believe that is his 3rd goal of the season now, so he's had an excellent start to his championship life this season. I actually thought the goalkeeper was going to save it, as he did go the right way, but Garner did manage to put it just about over him, and it was a fantastic finish in the end, and the goalkeeper didn't really stand a chance. So Bristol City were a team that were obviously promoted with Preston, so I'd be looking to win this match, as they're not the strongest team in the league, especially now they lost Flint, but they come forward here, and Sam Johnson makes an excellent save, and they managed to mess up the rebound. So Sam Johnson there proving he's been very dodgy for us so far, but he proves there what a top goalkeeper he is, with a fantastic save in midair there, gets a hand up to it, and it was an excellent save in the end. But just wait until you see this. This is one of the most ridiculous goals I've ever conceded in all of FIFA. Just, what is that? You may not have seen it from the first time round, and the first replay doesn't do it justice either, but just wait till the next replay. Wait till you see this. What is that? He just stood there with his legs open and he lets it go through. Look at this. It's absolutely ridiculous. He makes no attempt to save the ball, and that is just FIFA bugging out. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So we're in the last minute now, and we come forward with Beckford. Beckford darts around his man and manages to fire it into the back of the net, and he does score for us, which gives us back the lead that we oh so deserved, and Jermaine Beckford grabs his first goal of the season, and everyone goes to pile on him. It's a fantastic scene there in the last minute, and I couldn't believe it when Sam Johnson, conceded that goal that went through his legs. It was absolutely ridiculous. So Beckford, their keeper does poor there as well. He should have saved that. It wasn't a great shot from Beckford, to be honest. Their keeper just flings his arms up in the air, and in the end, Beckford does manage to score his first goal of the season, which is all good. And that is how that match did finish. We did manage to win it 2-1, and Aiden Flint beat his old team 2-1 at the first time of asking on his debut, which is just fantastic. So here is the squad report, and I will leave that on now for the rest of the video. So every in-game month or so, I will show you the squad report so you can see how players are developing and how stuff's going like that, and you can look at their stat increases and decreases. I've had a few players actually start to go down, like Beckford, a few stats have gone down, Gallagher, a few stats have gone down, which is really disappointing, but I'd say overall our squad is fairly young, so we will be looking, most of them, to go on the uprise. So that will wrap it up for this video, guys. So thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, and I will see you all in the next one.